Joseph Parker, the most underrated heavyweight of his era. Joseph Parker has shared the ring with some of the biggest names in heavyweight boxing. From world title glory, to tough losses, to one of the most unexpected career resurgences in recent years. Yet somehow, he's still overlooked. Today, we break down the full career of Joseph Parker, his rise, his setbacks, his biggest fights, and why he might be one of the most underrated heavyweights of his generation. Early life and background. Joseph Parker was born on January 9, 1992, in South Auckland, New Zealand, to Samoan parents. Proud of his heritage, Parker has always represented both New Zealand and Samoa throughout his career. He began boxing at a young age and quickly stood out, not just for his power, but for his speed and athleticism, rare for a heavyweight. Amateur career. Before turning professional, Parker built a solid amateur career. He competed in international tournaments and represented New Zealand at the highest levels, including attempts to qualify for the Olympics. Though he didn't achieve Olympic success, his amateur experience laid the foundation for a polished, technical style. Parker had success during his 66-fight amateur career, becoming a two-time New Zealand amateur heavyweight champion in 2010 and 2011, as well as winning several amateur tournaments and scoring some notable wins on the international circuit. Having his first fight at the early age of 12, Parker grew and progressed, winning the 2009 New Zealand Golden Gloves tournament in Palmerston North. He followed up with a second placing at the New Zealand Elite National Championships, losing to rival Junior Fa. Turning pro and early dominance. Parker turned professional in 2012 and wasted no time making an impact. He quickly built an undefeated record, defeating a long list of opponents as he climbed the rankings. Key early opponents: Francois Botha, Brian Minta, Jason Bergman, Bowie Tupu. Unlike many heavyweights, Parker combined speed, movement, and combination punching, making him a difficult opponent early in his career. Breakthrough and world title. In 2016, Parker got his biggest opportunity, facing Andy Ruiz Jr. for the vacant WBO heavyweight title that Tyson Fury had recently vacated. It was a close, competitive fight. After 12 rounds, Parker won via majority decision. With that victory, Parker became the first New Zealand-born heavyweight world champion. Title defenses. As champion, Parker defended his WBO title against Razvan Kajanu, Hughie Fury. Both fights went the distance and drew criticism for lacking excitement. At this stage, Parker was effective, but not yet elite in the eyes of many fans. Andy Ruiz Joshua loss. In 2018, Parker faced unified champion Anthony Joshua. This was a unification bout and the biggest fight of Parker's career. Fight breakdown. The fight was tactical and cautious. Joshua controlled the distance behind his jab. Parker struggled to get inside. After 12 rounds, Parker lost by unanimous decision. It was his first professional defeat, but also proof he could go the distance with the best. Dillian Whyte war. Later in 2018, Parker faced Dillian Whyte in one of the most exciting fights of his career. Parker was dropped early, but fought back bravely. He even hurt Whyte late in the fight. Despite a strong comeback, Parker lost by decision. Analysis. This fight changed public perception. Parker was no longer seen as boring, but as tough, durable, and willing to fight. RBULDNG years. After back-to-back losses, Parker rebuilt his career with wins over Alexander Flores, Alex Lepi, Junior Fa, an old foe from his amateur days. These fights helped him regain momentum, but questions remained about whether he could return to world title level. Derek Chisora rivalry. In 2021, Parker faced Derek Chisora twice. Fight 1. A close, controversial split decision win for Parker. Fight 2. a more decisive performance, with Parker scoring knockdowns and winning clearly. These fights showcased Parker's improvements, especially his conditioning and composure. Joe Joyce defeat. In 2022, Parker faced Joe Joyce. Joyce's pressure proved overwhelming. Parker showed heart, but was stopped late in the fight. It was a tough loss, but reinforced Parker's reputation for durability and courage. Career resurgence. Many thought Parker's best days were behind him. But then, he shocked the boxing world. He wins. Deontay Wilder, dominant performance. Zhilei Zhang, another major upset win. These victories re-established Parker as a top contender in the heavyweight division. He was later stopped by up-and-coming Brit Fabio Wardley. Afterwards, he failed a drug test and is now pending an investigation. Full achievements. Joseph Parker's achievements include WBO Heavyweight World Champion, first New Zealand Heavyweight World Champion, multiple successful title defenses, wins over elite contenders, fought numerous top-tier heavyweights. Notable opponents faced: Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte, Joe Joyce, Derek Chisora, Andy Ruiz Jr., Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, Fabio Wardley. Joseph Parker's career is a story of resilience. He's faced the best, taken losses, rebuilt, and come back stronger. Final line. In an era of giants, Joseph Parker has quietly built one of the most respectable resumes in heavyweight boxing. And his story isn't finished yet. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more boxing deep dives. And let me know, where does Joseph Parker rank among today's heavyweights?